Hey guys, welcome to today's video, and today is going to be the first part of 4 for a new collaboration set of videos that I am doing with Super Savage 789. If you haven't seen his videos, I recommend that you check him out. I'll leave a link to his channel in the description. Now let's get into the first part of What If Gohan and Goten Were Twins. So first, for us to understand how the story is going to go, we need to talk about how Gohan and Goten are raised. So the two of them, just because they're twins, doesn't mean their essential characters will change much. So what I'll say is, Chi-Chi still has a strong influence, making them study a lot. But because Goten is more like Goku, he wants to stay with his dad and train. So Chi-Chi has to let the two of them actually spend a bit more time with her dad. So Goten is training a lot more than studying, while Gohan remains mostly studying. But because Goten is training, Gohan does have a slight bit of training under his belt. He does actually learn a bit of martial arts from a young age, and he helps Goten study. So as the characters develop, Goten will be a lot smarter than the one that we initially see, and Gohan, he will start training from a lot younger age and be stronger. So Gohan still does have his tail, and Goten does not, because it's a recessive trait. Now that we've got that out of the way, let's head into the story of Raditz. Now, Raditz initially arrives. His whole arrival on Earth is the same. His interaction with Piccolo goes the same, and Piccolo follows him. So, we now arrive on Master Roshi's island, where Goku has just introduced his boys to Krillin, Roshi and Bulma. Now, again, they're shocked that Goku's a father, but their reaction doesn't really change from the original. Just surprised that Goten doesn't have a tail. So, when Raditz arrives, the initial interaction is exactly the same. And when Goku refuses to actually go with Raditz, Raditz becomes angry and he knees Goku in the stomach as he did originally. Gohan's reaction is pretty much the same. He goes over to his dad, trying to hug him, when Raditz, he just grabs Gohan. Goten then gets angry and tries to attack his uncle, who, well, Goten does have a bit of a rage boost here, like nothing significant, but he does land one punch on Raditz, mainly because he wasn't expecting it. So he just quickly knocks Goten out, gets angry and flies off with Gohan, saying that Goku has to eliminate so many people before and come to him before he will release his son. So Goku and Piccolo are about to set off to go find Gohan like they originally did, but Goten demands to go with his dad. He wants to save his brother. So Krillin agrees to go and keep an eye on Goten so he doesn't get in any, well, an even worse situation. So now I'd say that the Raditz fight will go pretty much the same. He's just annihilating both Goku and Piccolo, while Goten is looking for his brother Krillin, trying to keep him out of the way. So when Raditz, well, he hurts Goku like he initially did, causing Gohan to break out of the pod and attack Raditz with his rage boost. Now remember, because Gohan has been training, he'll be a lot stronger than before. So he causes a bit more damage than what he initially did. But he still burns out after just hitting Raditz once with his head. Now Raditz just knocks him out, and then this causes Goten to get his rage boost, and this time it's a real one. He goes and charges Raditz. Now Goten is less emotional than Gohan, so I believe that he will have a more stable control of this rage, and it will last for a longer spell. Although he's not as strong as Gohan, he still causes a fair amount of damage to his uncle before he is knocked out. Raditz is stood above the two young Saiyans in disbelief. How could they have caused damage to him? How could they have even hit him? They're just boys. How could this have happened? And while he's just staring at them, he's hit in the back with a special beam cannon. That's right, Piccolo has been charging this the entire time. And without Goku holding him, Raditz still dies. He was weakened by the two young Saiyans, and he was also distracted, so he didn't even know it was coming. Because obviously Raditz can't sense power levels, and his scouter didn't go off in time. So, now Raditz is dead, and Vegeta and Nappa, they notice this on their scouters that Raditz has just been killed by a high power level. And it more interests them than anything, and they will still come to Earth. Now, while Goku is struggling to get up, Krillin goes to help him. Piccolo grabs Goten this time, because Goten showed a bit more than what Gohan did. He actually fought with Raditz rather than just getting one blow on him. So while Krillin and Goku can't really do anything against Piccolo, he takes Goten and flies off. He puts him in the wilderness like he originally did with Gohan, while at the same time watching over him. He's trying to make him his new slave. He's trying to make him a powerful warrior under his control. But with Goku alive, he manages to get a senzu bean and track down his son. So Goku and Gohan are now reunited with Goten, but he's with Piccolo though. And Goku has been told by Kami about the approach of the two Saiyans. Piccolo and Goku talk, and they decide that they are not strong enough to fight the Saiyans alone, especially if they are a lot stronger than the last one. So they agree to work together and actually train each other and the two boys for the arrival of the Saiyans. Now, the other Z fighters, they have their normal training, so their power levels, they don't really change. But the power levels of Goku is a lot weaker now because he hasn't trained in 10 times Earth's gravity. And he also hasn't learnt the Kaioken. So bearing this in mind, I would put Goku's power level at 6,000, Piccolo not much weaker at 5,600, Gohan would be about 2,200, and Goten would be about 2,000. Because Gohan, of course, still has the higher potential than Goten, he'll get stronger quicker. Now, the Saiyans arrive, and all the Cybermen are planted, because Nappa originally said that he planted all the Cybermen that he had left, so there's no difference in the numbers despite there being 2 more fighters for the Earthlings. So, it happens pretty much the same. Tien takes one out, then Yamcha beats one before it kamikazes him and kills him, and then Krillin just destroys all the others, not wanting his friends to get hurt, knowing how strong these Saiyans are. So, Goku and Piccolo would be near enough on par with Nappa. They're very slightly weaker than him, but it's enough for them to fight. Now, Nappa focuses more on brute strength, really. So, Piccolo goes up to fight him. Piccolo is a tactical genius. So it doesn't really matter that he's weaker than Nappa, because of his intelligence and his strategies. Piccolo is able to get the upper hand with Nappa, but it is an intense battle, both dealing severe damage to each other, Piccolo becoming severely hurt before he eventually kills Nappa. He just puts a hand through his chest and kills him once Nappa has been weakened enough. Now, Piccolo, severely drained of energy, finishes the fight. Once it's done, Vegeta blasts Piccolo out of sheer spite, killing the Namekian. This would cause a rage boost from Gohan and Goten because they still have spent a year with Piccolo, they've bonded with him, they've become very close, and they charge the Saiyan Prince. Vegeta is shocked by how strong they are for their age, and he does kind of like take pity on them. He toys with them, lets them think that they're doing something, and then just smacks them both to the ground. Goku now powering up to full. His max power level is only 6,500. So he doesn't do much to Vegeta. He's beaten down and severely hurt. So now Krillin and Tien try and distract Vegeta, hold him off, while Chaozu gets one of the 2 senzu beans that Goku originally had. So now Goku has a Zenkai boost, which would bring his power level up to about 16,000 because Vegeta would have beaten him nearly to death, seeing as he was another Saiyan, and he was just a lower class Saiyan challenging an elite, not just any elite, the Prince. This is a mockery for Vegeta, and he just obliterated Goku. So this Zenkai boost is enough for Goku to somewhat hold his own against Vegeta. So this means that the fight is fairly even, and it lasts a while, long enough for the moon to rise. Vegeta smirks, saying that the battle has been quite amusing, but now it's over. Goku is confused, and Vegeta flies up and stares at the now rising full moon. He transforms into the Great Ape, into Ozaru, and now he crushes the life out of Goku and leaves him unable to move, similar to the state that he originally did leave him in. Now, Tien quickly goes in front of Vegeta and uses a solar flare, before Krillin uses a Destructor Disc to cut off his tail. Now, as Vegeta falls, Chaozu quickly goes to Goku and gives him another Senzu Bean. Now this Zenkai boost has given Goku enough power to be able to defeat Vegeta. Now Vegeta is beaten to a pulp, but he's still let free. He's still allowed to leave. So now with the death of Piccolo, that means Kame is also dead. This means no Dragon Balls, and Yamcha is also dead. This leads Krillin to realise something that the Saiyans had said when they were fighting Piccolo. They talked about the planet Namek, and how they had heard legends of Dragon Balls on there. And Krillin realises that that must mean that there must actually be a race of Piccolo's people, other Dragon Balls that they can use to bring them back. So Mr. Popo approaches them as per normal and tells them about Kame's ship. A ship that Bulma and her dad repair, finding the coordinates for Namek inside the old programming. So this is just because King Kai isn't around to tell them where it is, so they need to find Namek somehow. So for now, Krillin, Bulma and Tien head off to Namek in Kami's old ship, while at the same time Dr. Briefs has begun building the ship that Goku originally went in upon Goku's instruction, just in case something goes wrong, because without King Kai telling them about the Namekians, they assume that it could be a race of Piccolos, just evil monsters, so they don't know what they're going into. And Goku has him install a gravity chamber because he remembers something that the Saiyans said as well, that their home planet was 10 times the gravity of Earth, so they felt light as a feather on Earth. So now Krillin, Bulma and Tien arrive on Namek. So when they arrive on Namek, it originally goes as per normal. Krillin and Tien now fly to where he and Gohan did, to Dende's village. They see Frieza, what Frieza is doing, killing the Namekians and taking their Dragon Balls. But this time, no one saves Dende. Gohan is not there to get emotional and save them. I don't think Tien would jump in, and neither would Krillin. They wouldn't want to risk their lives for nothing. So this means Doria doesn't go off chasing them, and Vegeta never encounters him yet. So the two of them manage to escape and they find a Dragon Ball. They see the location and it's Guru's. So Tien gives Krillin the Dragon Radar and says that he will fly there because he can sense a power level over there and he'll just follow it. So Tien goes to Guru's, tells him what is going on, why they're there, and asks for a Dragon Ball. Guru gives him the ball and gives him his potential unlocked. While this is happening, Krillin is using the Dragon Radar to look for the Dragon Ball that Gohan originally finds, and that is the one that Vegeta gets from killing Namekians. So this killing of the Namekians is eventually spotted by some Frieza soldiers with Dodoria. So they've all split up to find the last few Dragon Balls. So Dodoria runs into Vegeta, who then just kills him. Now, one of the Frieza soldiers that is with him manages to escape and go find Zarbon, bringing him back. On his way back, Tien is spotted by Vegeta, who flies back to Bulma with a Dragon Ball. But Vegeta follows him. Zarbon follows Vegeta. Now, I know what you're thinking. Vegeta was only able to defeat Zarbon because he got his Zenkai boost from the first time Zarbon defeated him. But this time things go differently. Because Tien is there as well, Vegeta wants to finish Zarbon quick, so he doesn't even give him the chance to transform. He goes all out from the start and killing him before he has a chance to do anything. And now he faces off to Tien and he says, "Give me the Dragon Ball now and I may let you live." Tien, even with his new strength, he's no match for Vegeta. His power level would be, let's say, 13,360. So he grabs hold of Bulma and uses a solar flare and flies off with the Dragon Ball. He manages to quickly find Krillin and they completely suppress their power levels, getting away from Vegeta. So now Krillin and Tien decide that they have to go to Guru. Krillin gets his potential unlocked, but Vegeta also follows them. Vegeta tells them that they must hand over 2 Dragon Balls to him. This is when Guru makes them aware that the Ginyu Force are about to arrive. So they decide to team up. Vegeta says that they need to hide the Dragon Balls because, well, they're on a giant mountain with a house on it, surrounded by nothing else. It's an obvious place for them to look, so Vegeta says that they need to bury the Dragon Balls. So they fly off to a new location where they bury the Dragon Balls, but just as they turn around, the Ginyu Force is behind them. And Ginyu takes the Dragon Balls like he originally did, and takes them to Frieza with the rest of the balls. So now the fight with Guldo, they fare a bit better. Krillin and Tien being more used to fighting, more used to a telepathic opponent having trained with Chaozu, they just wipe out Guldo with ease. Now Vegeta's fight with Raccoon, it goes the same up until the point where Gohan originally saved Vegeta. Tien wouldn't do this. He hates the guy. He already wanted to kill him once and Goku wouldn't let them. So he's not going to save him. Vegeta's not really helping much because he's just being obliterated by Raccoon. So this is where I'd say that the story meets the original. Goku arrives with Gohan and Goten. So they've been training in this ship for the same amount of time as Goku did. So they have become a lot stronger. Goku's power will be about the same as what it was now, because he would have been training while the ship was being built instead of recuperating, well, as much. Now, Goku and Raccoon's fight would go exactly the same. It was never a fight, it was just one punch and it's over. So then, Goten and Gohan fight Berta and Chase and just beat them down. They're too weak to fight 2 young Saiyans. So now Krillin and Goku say that they'll go after the Dragon Balls while Tien takes Gohan and Goten to get their potentials unlocked. So now Krillin's power level would be about 13,000, just a little bit below Tien's. Goten 110,000, Gohan 125,000, and Goku 100,000. So Goku and Krillin find Ginyu because now Frieza has headed out to go look for the Dragon Balls, and now Tien, Goten and Gohan are on their way to join Goku and Krillin. So without the Kaioken, Goku seems a lot weaker to Ginyu and still no match for him, so he doesn't even try the body switching technique. However, Goku is ultimately beaten down by Captain Ginyu after Krillin is just knocked to one side, not really causing any damage but just making sure he's out of the way. Ginyu beats Goku down, and now Tien arrives with the boys. Goten and Gohan, now with their increased power, tag team Captain Ginyu, and together, their combo techniques, they manage to just wipe out Ginyu, and then, while he's on the ground, Tien just finishes him. The remaining Ginyu force have managed to get up and work their way over to the fight, and have seen that Ginyu is dead. Now, seeing what they can do to their captain, the 3 of them decide that they may just have to join the others. They may have to join Goku and his friends. So they say they take him to the healing pods, Goku in one and the 3 of them in the others. So now this brings 3 extra fighters, but they'll still be in the healing pod for as long as what Goku was originally. He has been that badly beaten down. Now, let's go and look at what's happening in the other world. Piccolo and Yamcha have headed down Snake Way and arrived at King Kai's planet in the time that this is occurring. So, now King Kai, without having Goku before, he's chosen Piccolo as the one to use the Kaioken. In the time that he's there, his training has been quicker because he was stronger than what Goku was when he originally arrived. So Piccolo begins to learn the Kaioken a lot quicker. So he masters it in the time that he's there to a better extent than what Goku did. So now back on Namek. Nail is distracting Frieza like he originally did, taking him away from Guru, while Gohan, Goten, Krillin and Tien are now digging up the Dragon Balls, learning that they need a password. Yes, there's no Dende. So how does it happen? Kame talks to Krillin from the other world. It's shown in Dragon Ball that Kame, even though he hasn't been on his homeworld in years, he still does know how to speak Namekian. So he tells Krillin what to say, and they wish Piccolo back and to Namek like originally, and then Guru dies, and Frieza shows up. So now the four of them have to hold Frieza off. Yes, Gohan and Goten are a lot stronger than they were originally. Well, than what anyone was originally. So now with four of them trying to fight off Frieza, it gives them a bit of time with how strong the two kids are. But remember, they are still inexperienced and power levels with just over 100,000 each. It's not really going to do anything to Frieza, apart from be surprised how strong two young Saiyans are. So they begin to start getting beaten down, which is when Piccolo now arrives, having fused with Nail. So this fusion is a lot stronger than what it originally was. So he was able to hold his own against second form Frieza, and for a time actually keep up with third form Frieza. So now with Piccolo's base before the fusion being immensely stronger, the power skyrockets and he is able to force Frieza into his fourth form. So now he's kind of holding his own with Frieza, but he's having to use the Kaioken to actually keep up with him. But now Piccolo's body is starting to feel the strain of the Kaioken. He's had to go up to times 20 to actually try and keep up with Frieza and stop him from doing anything. But now it's taken too much toll on his body. He's not severely weak or injured, but he can't do anything against Frieza anymore. Just as he's about to finish the Namekian, Tien flies up and uses a tri-beam to force Frieza into the ground. Then Frieza quickly stands up because there's nothing really done. It just has a similar effect to what he did against second form Cell. Just forcing him into the ground, stopping him from really doing anything. Basically a distraction. Frieza gets up and Gohan, seeing how damaged Piccolo's gotten, fires a Rage Boost Masenko, which is extremely more powerful than the original one that he used. So it actually forces Frieza down for a second, but it's still nothing to fourth form Frieza. So as he goes to charge Gohan, An angry Goten fires a rage-fueled Kamehameha wave. Again, it hits Frieza, but not enough to do anything really. It's caused the tiniest bit of damage, so now he's going for both the young Saiyans. Tien now fires another tri-beam at Frieza. Now, he is annoyed. He's really pissed now. He goes straight for Tien and kills him. Now, this is when Goku and the three Ginyus exit the pods. They go straight to the battlefield. The Ginyus say they can't do anything against Lord Frieza, so they're leaving in their ships, which I'll tell you now where they're going. They're pre-programmed to go to Yardrat, all of the Ginyu ships. So Goku goes over to the fight with Frieza, and now as he approaches the battlefield, he sees Frieza about to blast Piccolo with a final shot to finish off the Namekian. This is when Gohan jumps in the way and dies. This is the ultimate trigger that Goten and Goku need. The death of Gohan, it forces them both to transform into Super Saiyans. Now, Frieza looks at Goten and then he feels a shockwave of transformation behind him. He feels Goku's presence. And now the two charge in front of Frieza. Goku tells Piccolo, get everyone away. Get everyone off the planet. So, this is when the wish on the Earth's Dragon Balls are made. Now the wish is slightly different this time. This time Goten stays on Namek as well, because, let's face it, he wouldn't want to leave his dad, and he wants revenge for his brother. So now, the two Super Saiyans are beating down Frieza for not letting him go to full power. It's not just the death of a best friend this time, it's the death of a son and a brother. And the two of them, they just completely obliterate Frieza, leaving him as hurt as before. And basically, the fight ends how Goku and Frieza originally did, with Frieza being beaten to a pulp, badly damaged, and the planet is about to blow up because Frieza, well, yeah, he's acting like a big baby trying to blow up the planet because he's about to lose. So Goku and Goten managed to find the two remaining ships, the two remaining Ginyu ships, and they get off the planet to Yardrat. So, in the year that the two of them are there, they train with the Ginyus. The Ginyus are now becoming good. Goku learns the instant transmission technique. Goten has a basic understanding of it, but he's not mastered it. So the events on Earth go pretty much the same. And now, Frieza and his father standing on Earth with their armies. Two men just arrive in front of him and challenge him. Frieza says, "No, it can't be. You?" That's when one of the men looks up and says, "That's right, Frieza. It's me, Goten." So guys, that's why I'm going to leave this part. So if you enjoyed the video, please remember to like, comment and subscribe, not just to me, but to Super Savage as well. Stay tuned to his channel for the second part, which will be coming out very soon. So guys, as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.